All right. Well, we are at 8 o'clock on this Wednesday night, and I am so glad to have many of my group, my virtual group, and we've been meeting a little, probably maybe over a little over a month since everything has transpired and gone on, and just as people join us online tonight, whether whatever platform you're using, I just want to say welcome. You're actually going to be able to see my group tonight, most of us anyways. Some of us are not on the call tonight, but groups at Water's Edge are very, very important. And particularly during this time tonight, we're going to be talking through what does it mean to be a part of a group. And tonight you're going to see some of my people that God's entrusted to me for some crazy reason. They trust me every Wednesday night, 8 o'clock from all around the world to talk with them. But, Water's Edge Church, everybody needs a group. Everybody needs a community. And for some of our people tonight in our group, they've never maybe been a part of one. Maybe they've been too busy or whatever, all kinds of stories on tonight. So what I want to do is I want to go around and just have you all in my group introduce yourselves. And so I'm not going to ask who to go first. So you guys just fight for it and just share your name, share where you're from, and how long, actually, no, your name, where you're from, and a scale 1 to 5, 1 being like, my week has sucked. You don't even want to say anything else. Like, you've had a horrible week. Like, that's all you want to say. Or a 5 where you're like, Pastor Ben, I've had an incredible week. So I'm going to give it a 5. That's a 5 for you. Share with us, like, why. Maybe you got a good report, maybe something going on in your life where you're like, hey, here's the 5. So whoever would like to start, make sure everybody else's mics are muted. And you guys, whoever wants to take off, if you want me to, I can start. My day today, my week is a 5. I went to the doctor today, a specialist for asthma and allergies, and he gave me some really, really good medicine today, and I'm feeling really, really good right now. So there's mine. All right, whoever's next.
Hey, we'll go next. Our week has been really good, but we have a new baby at home, so you can probably hear over there. So we're just really enjoying time at home with the baby, and yeah, so our week has been really good. I give it a 4 or 5.
Awesome.
Hey, my name is Emily, and I've been here since we started the online groups as well. It's been a really, really great midweek checkpoint for me to help keep my week going strong. My week is probably a 4. Good news here and there mixed in with some challenges, but just like everybody else, and excited to be here tonight.
Emily, where are you from?
Sorry, Hampton, Virginia, in my backyard tonight.
All right. And Craig and Lori, where are you guys from? Okay.
Hey, we're Poquoson, sorry, and Ellie, our baby.
We don't hold it against you. Your Poquoson signals over there are probably a little slower than everybody else's. We forgive you on that one.
Sorry about that.
Somebody, who's next?
I'll go. So I'm Fran. I am in Yorktown, and I am in my home office. That's the headset. This is how I look when I go to work now. And this is my second group, and I really am enjoying it. My week is probably a 5 this week. My daughter decided where she was going to go to college. So
Hey,
that's our big news.
that's great. That's huge news. Awesome. Good stuff. Thank you. Thank you, Fran. Somebody else.
I'll go. I'm Stephanie, coming in from Grand Rapids, Michigan. I lived in Virginia when I was stationed there, so I went to Hampton Wet Campus when that was still a thing. My week is a 5. I got my grades back yesterday, and I got A's in all my classes, so all my hard work was really well paid off. And I got the news yesterday that the surgery that we did last week came up, and I do not have cancer.
Hey!
Huge weight off my shoulders. It was something that I didn't want to tell a lot of my family. But when I got the news, it was nothing but, big smiles.
Hey, just before somebody else goes, if you're watching tonight, this isn't a long group, but Stephanie's been a part of our group from the very beginning. We launched virtual groups, and she's from Michigan. And those of you other ones that are on this call right now, Stephanie, last week, I knew, or 2 weeks ago, maybe been last week, or 2 weeks ago, maybe, that Stephanie was not okay. And being a part of a group as a group leader, I can discern kind of how everybody's doing just from the short time we've been together. And Stephanie shared with me some things that she needed prayer for. And she told me, it's like, hey, I got some results coming back and I'm a little nervous about it. So Stephanie, I am so glad to hear that those reports came back positive. Everything's good. Everything's great. That's great. So good. All right, who's next?
All right, I'll go. Chris, Clayton, North Carolina. I am originally from the Tidewater area where Water's Edge is, but I've been in the group since it started and love it. And I would say my week is probably a 4, maybe a 4.5.
Wow, that's great, Chris. That's awesome. All the way from North Carolina. That's not too far.
No, 3 hours.
Cool. Glad to have you, Chris. Somebody else that wants to go.
We'll go. Hi. I'm Savannah.
I'm Dixon.
Yeah, I'm from York County, but we're in Hampton right now.
Mhm.
So yeah, and then you're from.
Everywhere.
Yeah, he's moved around a lot. We're both in Hampton. So I think my week's been like a 3. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it a 4.
Okay, good.
Challenging, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Awesome.
We're doing a lot.
Awesome. Very good. Very good. Very good. I like 3s and 4s. Those are good. All right, somebody else. We'll give a couple more to go. Whoever wants to go.
I'll go. I'm Rebecca. I'm in Newport News. This is only my 2nd time at the group, and I'm absolutely loving it. I really look forward to it. And I would give my week about a 4 right now. I'm doing pretty well. We've had some birthdays this week we got to celebrate, so it's always exciting. So it's been good.
Very good. Awesome. Glad to have you, Rebecca. Rebecca joined us for the first time last week. So glad to have you, Rebecca. And Fran, too. Somebody else?
Hey, my name's Ashley Nemo, and I'm from Newport News. This is my 4th week with the group, and I too am absolutely loving it. My week, I would say 3, 4. It's pretty, everything's been staying the same. So 3, 4.
Good. Yeah, that's great. Very good. Okay.
All right, so I think that leaves me. I'm Wendy. I'm in Yorktown, and I've been doing wet groups for probably 4 or 5 years, but I hadn't joined yours, so I thought I'd pop in here and see how you guys are doing it. So Wednesday's like a really nice point in the week, so I like that. So it appealed to me. I'd say 3 or 4 for my week. Yeah, nothing. I've been working a lot. So.
Yeah. Well, Wendy, we're glad to have you. This is your first time tonight. Welcome to the live party for Water's Edge Church virtual groups, and glad you're part of us tonight. And hey, just to kind of kick things off, we're going to go for about 7 more minutes. And those of you watching online, whatever platform you're on tonight, we're just kind of demonstrating to you all about groups and the importance of groups at Water's Edge Church. We believe that particularly during this time, is everybody needs a place to connect. And you all know during this season we're in, the way to do that from a church perspective is for the church to meet virtually, and that's the people of God being able to come together. And we can do this from all around the world, and also to care for one another. We have different needs in our group, and some people aren't on tonight that they'll be on later on with our other group Zoom call. But a lot of different backgrounds, a lot of different stories, a lot of different struggles they're all going through. But it's great for me just to get to know a lot of them on a different level, particularly during a crisis time. And also for care. Some of these people I do talk with during the week, and to be able to reach out to them and just let them know we're praying for them, and also just to give them an idea of what's to come. So I just want to let you guys know tonight, if you're watching, I'm going to put a link on here at the very end around 8:15 or so that you can sign up for a virtual group. And we have all different kinds. And as you can tell, this group is very diverse, all kinds of different people, different backgrounds, but we're all crazy and we love Wednesdays at 8 o'clock. So I'm just going to kind of give a recap, guys, tonight in my group. And if you're watching online, you can be a part of it too. Is that our lead pastor, Stu Hodges, every Sunday, is talking to us and challenging us in a lot of different ways when it comes to how to handle this season that we're in. And so he said this: our greatest stories are created by the biggest crisis in our lives if we keep our eyes on him. Let me repeat that. Our greatest stories are created by the biggest crisis in our lives if we keep our eyes on him, keeping our eyes on Jesus. And so 2 Chronicles chapter 20, verses 3 and 4, and this whole passage of scripture is based around Jehoshaphat and basically kind of how God used him as a purpose for a bigger reason than what I'm going to share tonight. But during unexpected crisis in the nation of Judah, God was using Jehoshaphat basically to turn the people's eyes to God and to seek him. And so I'm going to have one question for us tonight, just kind of give an example to those of you that may be watching tonight, is what does it mean for you, if you feel led to answer this tonight, what does it mean for you? Like we're in this crisis situation as a country and in our world, basically. And 2 Chronicles 20, verses 3 and 4, in the middle of this crisis, God uses Jehoshaphat to bring the people to seek God. So tonight, just real quick, what does it mean for you to seek the Lord in the middle of this crisis that we're going through? So what does it mean for you to seek the Lord in the middle of this crisis? If you got something to share, go ahead and go for it.
So I'll kick it off. For me, it's just been a matter of realizing and remembering, or kind of having to be forced to remember, that I have to physically seek out God throughout my week in order to keep my head in a positive place. I think that I'm a person who struggles a little bit with anxiety and depression, and getting out and interacting with people and being able to kind of get out into the world, that's how it keeps me level-headed. So being isolated all day, working at home during the day, homeschooling at home during the day, it's been really difficult. So for me, groups has helped me, but when you kind of feel yourself drifting through the week, I actually have to seek out God by using worship music or listening to the daily devotional. But I really have to make an active choice to look for those things. And that helps me get through the week. Just as an example, I missed group last week. And by Sunday, I was low. Like it was not good. And I knew I could recognize that there was a difference. I didn't seek him throughout the week, and I felt it. So that's
good.
That's what it is for me.
It's good. Somebody else, seeking the Lord in a time of crisis.
I think it's just remembering that not everything, nothing is in our control, and just being okay with that and being able to just let go and let him do his thing and let God handle it, and everything's going to be okay. And the hardest part is being okay with that. But I think that's where you got to kind of just I'm a big let go and let God, and he will handle it and he'll take care of it and everything. So that's been really big for me during this crisis.
Very good. Let go and let God. That's an easy phrase to remember. Thanks. Anybody else? What does it mean to seek the Lord for you personally in a time of crisis?
Yeah, so I would say something similar to what you just said, where it is for me, it's been letting go of the control, and realizing that I think Stu's sermon 2 weeks ago really, really spoke to me, faith over feelings. And I can't tell you the number of times that I've said that to myself out loud in the past 2 weeks. And it's when I start feeling anxious or I start feeling worried about the future, about things I can't control or change. And I say that, and I immediately get a smile on my face and calm down. And that is really outside of my norm. I'm very type A, highly organized. And so being able to kind of put my faith in the Lord, which I always thought I did, but more than ever, I'm realizing I didn't. as much as I needed to. I would put my faith in myself and the things I could control. And I can't do that now because that doesn't work in this situation. So that's been very helpful from a spiritual perspective.
That's
To
good.
be forced to do that.
It's good. Faith over feeling. That's another great reminder for all of us. Application tonight, if you're watching online, or even us in our own group, as Fran's saying, faith over feeling. That's another powerful statement that we can declare tonight, is that no matter what we face, it's hard, but putting that faith over those feelings and over control and over, am I good enough? All of those things are so, so important. All right, one or two more people. Who else wants to answer that question? Anybody?
I just, while Emily was talking, it just kind of hit me that I think it's really important to schedule that time, because like she said, you got to seek it out. And I think just planning ahead and saying, okay, in the morning, that's the first thing I'm going to do before I have my coffee, or, something to bribe yourself, to get yourself, and not bribe, but, get yourself, schedule that time and make sure you got it going.
That's good. A couple of people online, just as somebody else is thinking, a couple of people online are just saying, it's being able to focus on him and not these circumstances. And through prayer, Becky Wallace says, through prayer, online services, and fellowship, in whatever way we can to be with other Christians can help, because our mind is going to wander through dark thoughts, and I think, the reminder, Lori, as you're saying, is that we got to seek God first in all things, and schedule that time with him is very, very important. A couple other people, it's been very reflective in keeping the faith in the Lord, as Betsy's saying, extremely grateful that he wakes me up every single day to be able to go into work, being thankful, being grateful for all of us that have jobs that we can go to, and seeking the Lord in that. And I tell you, another one is being able to have a church family and groups. And so one more person, who else? Just one more, and we'll finish this out. One more? Nobody? Okay, that's great. Okay, so those of you watching tonight, this is kind of an example of groups, and I'm going to be posting a link here in our group chat, and letting you know kind of how to sign up for groups. And there you have it. You can see a lot of different people from all different parts of the United States, basically, that are part of our group. And I know we have them launching this week. And so I'd love to have you be a part of one. You can go to our website at watersatchurch.net, but I'm also going to be posting a link here in our chat for you to be able to sign up for virtual groups. And again, we have all different kinds. I think Craig and Lori are actually going to lead a group. Is that right, Craig and Lori?
Sorry. Slow.
Tomorrow night is the kickoff of our first week of our group, and it's a personal finance group. We're going to be talking about God's word and God's way of handling money. And that's going to be using some of Dave Ramsey's materials, a little bit of Financial Peace University, and especially applied in the crisis that we're going through in our economy.
Very cool. Well, there you have it. Even Craig and Lori, part of our group, is going to start one tomorrow night, as well as many others. So I appreciate you guys joining us tonight, my group. And as you know, we're going to get off this call here, and we're going to get on at 8:30 on our normal group time, and kind of dig a little bit deeper into tonight's lesson, and kind of catch up even more with a lot of other people that can be joining us. But thank you all, those of you joining us online, and being able to kind of see groups from a different perspective. And I can tell you, they're going to help you grow. You're going to get people to surround you in prayer, and for you to be able to process this crisis that we're going through. Because I think when you have people around you that can help you, it's going to help you grow closer to God, and also realize that the church is so much bigger than you think. So I appreciate you guys joining me tonight, and I'll be talking to you guys later. And everybody online, have a great rest of your evening, everybody. And I'm going to post this link again on the chat. And everybody on this call, I'll be seeing y'all at 8:30. Have a good night, everybody. See you guys.